few days ago, the Critics' Choice Awards officially announced the winners. And this is an important ceremony. For one, it's the first major televised one, and will kind of set forward who the frontrunners are for this season. Now, my thoughts on the ceremony itself, it was, what do you expect from Critics' Choice? Kind of, you have a lot of categories, and that's kind of sparsed out with some really, really weak comedy. So what's I feel like was probably a 3 hour ceremony felt like 6 hours. Not one of the worst ceremonies I've had to sit through when it comes to award season, but definitely one I definitely wish I could just watch the highlight reel of. But what about the winners? Now there were a couple of surprises, mostly in supporting actor and in foreign language film. With Secret Agent winning there, which I was not expecting, considering it has. I don't think it's been particularly strong in the same way something like I'm Not Here was, but this definitely does show there is strength for the movie, and I think does kind of catapult to probably number 2 or number 3 spot in foreign language film. And for supporting actor, Jacob Elordi pulling off an upset there over Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård. Like this was definitely unexpected since Elordi's a very fresh face, I would say, when it comes to award season, and it's not very, I would say, the type of role you would expect them to go out for, since he's only in like half. He doesn't have a whole lot of lines in the movie. It's very much body acting. But it's definitely a very cool win. I think definitely does catapult him probably into like third or second place. I don't think it's enough for him to say he's the front runner yet, as I feel like Sean Penn and Stellan Skarsgård are still probably two who are going to be duking it out. But if he wins another prize, like say at BAFTA, I think he definitely will be front runner going into the Oscars. And other than that, ultimately, we got the winners we expected. Timothée Chalamet and Jessie Buckley won in lead, which we all kind of expected. There were some who thought that Leonardo DiCaprio could maybe pull off an upset, but no, we got Timothée Chalamet, which honestly, I think the two lead categories are just gonna be sweeps this season. Like maybe Golden Globe will give us a bit of a surprise, but I do think that pretty much they're just going to win every award this season. And as a sort of supporting actress, it doesn't give a whole lot of clarity, but it does maybe position Amy Madigan as frontrunner. Doesn't 100% do this since she was sweeping Critics' Choice groups, and so I was kind of expecting she would win here. And Critics' Choice usually isn't always the most reliable when it comes to who wins, particularly in acting categories. Like they usually typically, I would say they try to do their best to get it right, but there's definitely times where I feel like they do get at least one acting category wrong. And it could be Lordy, but then again, supporting actress is very much, I think, just completely wide open. Like I think this definitely could be a repeat of, say, probably the year Marcia Gay Harden won, when it was just every award ceremony a new winner. Like I would love for that to happen. Although if that does happen, she's not gonna win, because when you're like your only movie's nominee, you have to sweep. You can't lose anywhere. If Kieran Culkin had lost just once last year, I don't think he'd come away with the trophy. That's just the case it is when you're a lone nominee. You can't show any weakness throughout the season. And with Golden Globes, that's going to be the big test, since I personally think they're probably going to go for Tiana Taylor or Ariana Grande. Madigan, I think, could win there, but it's definitely a little less certain, though, particularly with BAFTA and SAG. But going on to the top two categories, director and picture, it does kind of feel like we are going to be getting a bit of a Oppenheimer year, where one battle after another is just going to win everything. It's probably going to sweep at Golden Globes. It might. I don't think it'll do amazing at BAFTA, but it probably will kind of win a couple of major prizes there. there. But SAG is probably going to be a place where it's probably going to be the most vulnerable, I feel like, since since SAG since honest since SAG they do tend to go for the more kind of, I would say, ensemble movies, and I don't know if I'd call One Battle With Another a full on ensemble movie. It's definitely I do feel like compared to Sinners, whereas that does feel very much like an entire ensemble. Everyone plays a part. There are I feel like with this one, I think there's three lead. I think there's many characters in it, but I feel like Sinners will likely win Saga Ensemble. So that pretty much does kind of set up things up for award season. One Battle After Another is currently the runner with Jesse Buckley and Timothée Chalamet likely going to sweep throughout the season, and with supporting categories being a little more up in the air. This did give us some stuff to work with, but it doesn't give us paint a whole picture for what we're going through. Golden Globes will definitely help us fill in gaps of what is going to happen. If Megan wins there, she is likely going to be the front runner. And if we get a big surprise there, like say Renato Reinsva beats Jesse Buckley, or DiCaprio wins over Chalamet, I don't think it'll change it too much, considering there's two categories for both for lead actor and lead actress. It doesn't really, I think it will change that much, but this definitely gives us something to work with here.